Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. Sorry for the little delays. Uh, it is what it is. But I want to say thank you, guys. Thank you for click the likes, the subscribes. Welcome to the new subscribers. And hopefully, this video is gonna be setting you up in a proper way of understanding twin flames, soulmate, divine connections up here. What we're gonna be talking about today, I'm gonna go straight forward to this. Um, you're gonna find that sign in there. It's gonna be the freedom of self leads to the freedom within a partnership. What I mean by that is that when you beginning to have this energies between you and your soul connections up here. You still have operations on a few kind of like a last things in there. Desires to change your partner or desires to have a certain outcomes like before. You may find some certain resistance in there. But when you're getting into the right connections in the right positions in there, you are gonna be finding something strange. And let me tell you what the strange is. That is gonna be the freedom of the oneself within the individual that it's in the into the connection. It is giving you that freedom to make the choices. Okay. So it's not like within a karmic relationship when you point out the fingers, it's like, hey, you need to change this, or they point a finger to you, you need to change that. You need, you must, you have to, and so on and so on. Even within the twin flames, we see in it those um, through the group, we see in it those posts. I mean, I've done my job, but my twin have to, must. You still want to control. But what you're gonna find, what we're gonna be talking about is sharing with you guys. Hopefully, it's gonna help you out. It is about that the one gives the freedom to the others to be themselves, while the other one begins to act at that ways of understanding they need to change because of what the change is gonna be calling for the journey that to be together. Okay, there is not gonna be these positions of expectations. There's not gonna be these positions of forcing. Your connection is gonna be giving you the options to choose, and whatever you're going to choose, they are okay with it because they know if something is gonna be happening into the near future, it's gonna be adjusted, it's gonna be changed, it's gonna be improved, and that is gonna shock you a little bit because nobody gave you that freedom before. Nobody put you on that freedom state in there. But now, from that freedom of the self, you are gonna be operating and given the freedom to your connection, and that is gonna be leading you ultimately to the total freedom within the connections. But with that freedom is gonna come out one thing: the powerful, the beautiful love. I'm talking about love. That it's you probably wondering where was that love before. Okay, we are talking about total love within a partnership. So without ado, I'm giving you Pauline.
Yeah, just putting my thoughts together. Hi everyone. We've been a little bit busy last couple of weeks, so thanks for your patience. I believe that what we've been through will be helpful for many, since it was giving us a lot of time to think about our connection, about how to navigate the connection, especially when you have some unexpected twists and turns in life. But talking about what Theo was mentioning about this freedom or some interest in changing other people behavior, I'll be wondering, why in the first place we want to change anyone, like why we have some any type of expectations based on how other people are acting, reacting, how they are behaving towards us, towards their life. This is the first thing. Hi, Lorna. Good to see you. So that's the first thing. Like, why don't we give the freedom first to other person, to let them be, just to save us some of this energy, that instead of being distracted by maybe controlling what other people's actions are, we just withdraw a little bit and just see in ourselves if we are really giving this freedom that we will wish to experience within the connection, but do we give this freedom to ourselves first? So we are talking here about the freedom to be ourselves. That's usually what we want to experience in the connection, that I feel safe, that I can be myself, I don't have to watch my actions, I'm just acting based on my beliefs. And the other side is kind of accepting. They are open to see how I am as my true self, and they are appreciating that. They don't want to change it. But you see how important it is for you to first like start acting like just to first to show your true self, not being afraid of some judgments or maybe losing someone or being criticized. But because I think especially in those connections, if they feel intense, they may cause us to be a little bit withdrawn or just tiptoeing around other person just for the sake of not losing. We are always putting this the worst case scenario, and we try to match, we try to put our face mask to avoid any conflicts, to avoid any potential difficulties within the connection. So all of that and the whole freedom, it has to start with you. You have to be comfortable with your own skin and trust that the person will be reciprocating. And it's, if there's some other scenario, of course, be trustful that people who are meant to continue with you your journey will be open to see your true self, not some idealized version.
You gotta have no fear of that. You will understand that without either if you are in this freedom giving there, but also the fear from within you, not to be fearing to be your true self. Something is not right with you, you're sharing it. Something is not okay with you, you're sharing it. If it's something is good, you're sharing it. If it's something feels weird, you're sharing it. If it's something doesn't resonate, or you feel like what if they don't accept that, you're sharing it. Okay, with that fears in there, when that fear is gone, then you have the freedom of expressions within yourself. And we are not talking about only within to the energies. We are talking about actually you practicing the energies from within yourself towards your partner into a 3D. We are talking about really to do the work as you performing at that work. It's not just to talk about it. It's not just to get the download. It's not just to watching the videos from other twin flames and to know and to learn. It's about practice. And when that practice kicks in, the energies and the vibrations that is going to be coming in for both of you, okay, is going to be tremendous. Because in these situations, in these positions, you're going to feel a very, I want to say that whatever you feel like you wanted it as a partner, you already got in it. But how you going to be acting on this, because you never been in that positions, at least this current lifetime. You never been in these situations when everything that you ever wanted is there. It's next to you. It's accepting you. It is valuing you. It is giving you the freedom of choices, and it doesn't have a fear of what you're going to do. And now with that energy, with that freedom inside of it, that turns to a powerful love. But if you have the fears in there that my twin flame will not going to change and the connection is not gonna be good, you are infusing at that. This is why you should stay away from fear. This is why you should stay in your truth. Okay, your belief system is gonna be changed in there, but the freedom that you're giving into you that freedom of self is going to be leading into those particular actions within the connections. And it doesn't matter what everyone else thinks. It is the exact same practicing energies during the awakening. You have a twin flame, you're not afraid of it, just say it, just state it, but you are practicing that energies right now. And you beginning to be in that really experience that you wanted as a twin flame, really to be engaged, and it feels beautiful. If there is the energy that it feels beautiful in there, you can go back into your divine partner. You can just simply thank you. You're gonna be for what? Allowing me to be myself. Do you understand what kind of love that is? Because the same way you allowing them to be themselves with that, because you don't want to change it, you don't want to be forcing it, you don't want to be anything, because through the discussions that you have with the energies that you have, the value of the connections that you have, they're working this on their own self, and everyone realize what they need to change, if anything needs to be changed, or if anything needs to be adjusted, or if anything needs to be let it go, or if anything needs to be properly putting in a different place, so the things can continue growing and evolving. You see, this is going to be one of those signs in there, that freedom that it is there, that it's going to be even releasing those last pieces of this karmic connections, these society connections there. Because that freedom of love that it's going to come is going to be even giving you the wings. Okay, basically it is like what they said in there, let the bird free, but you're the bird and you're the one who put the cage. And this is why you're gonna be feel like finally you feel free out of this cage, the way the society built things. And that is gonna be an awesome feelings, and I wish you guys can have that feeling from within yourself, because the new belief system is going to be really help you to feel that deep love. You're going to be kind of like a falling in love again with your connection. You're going to be looking down with that beautiful love, like you're falling in love for the very first time, and you're just like, they're like, what? You're like, just it is what it is.
Yeah, there are a few things I wanted to talk about in terms of freedom and just how we are entering these new ways of relationships. Was coming to me that even when in the community you can see it. People are having issues with really acting based on freedom, and I'm talking here different layers. I'm talking here about mental freedom, where people are even wondering, what am I supposed to think about my connection? Like, is this my whatever true twin flame, false twin flame? Is this my catalyst? Is this my this one? And you're asking people to define it for you. You're asking for some sort of limit or some sort of definition, instead of giving yourself the freedom to think it through your experience, your thoughts, maybe your guidelines. Include some sort of an intuition to guide yourself through this process, just to put it into your head so you can navigate it, not just from the space of spirituality and energies and all of that. You need to learn to include all of those pieces in yourself and just integrate them. So that's some sort of like a preparation. How do you handle all of those new informations, all of those downloads that are coming to you? Are you gonna be asking every time in the community or around the friends or around guides, or can you work with this information on your own? But the same thing, it was coming to me in terms of the freedom of emotional space. Very often we are sensing something towards the connection. We feel some kind of a love, some feeling, some passion. And what I see in a community, people are asking, is it okay to say I love my twin? Or is it okay to reach out? Is it okay to express my feelings? What should I do? Are you gonna be asking what you should do all the time? Or are you gonna start following those feelings? Just take your own power, take this your freedom, and just apply it. You're free to express whatever you want. The only thing that's mostly stopping people from expressing is what other person will do. Like, what will be the influence or impact after I share my true self and my true feelings. So you see, this is like just different pieces, but there was also even this, let's call like a psychological freedom, just to really analyzing all of these things, what is happening to you. You're going through some experience, you're experiencing different symptoms, maybe insecurities, maybe different kinds of feelings, and also some sensations on a mental level. You observe it, you observe your changes. Maybe there are some whatever breakdowns we may be going through, anxieties, and people are afraid to fully express it even within the connection. And then the other part, they have no idea what you're going through, and it's just a snowball of this misunderstanding. So I hope I give that like a little bit of better pictures. It's your responsibility to first start applying this freedom to yourself. Don't wait for anyone just to go there and just free you up. It will be starting from you, and as a result of your vibration, whatever you're emitting, you're gonna be approached by the people with the same signature, right? So it always is our individual work, and the more freedom you're giving yourself, and you show this example to others, you're gonna be setting the right boundaries, or the right template of the relationship you want to be with. So if anything, I really want to encourage everyone just do these checkups, right? Maybe you're limiting yourself. Maybe you're asking for too much guidance from the community. Maybe you already know all this information, but you're afraid to finally act according to your current understanding.
Actions in there, they're gonna be proving you how far your growth as within a soul connection is. If you're still waiting for someone to comes in and free you up, if you're still waiting for someone to comes in and tells you what you should, could, and how to be, or you waiting for responses from someone, you need to understand that within a soul connection, the proper response will be pretty much, I would say, an instant. Sometimes you may have to go ahead inside of it if you have a triggers, particularly if you have a triggers from unhealed wounds from the past. You may like, you know what, I need a day off. I don't want to act negative. The soul's gonna be telling you that you need the time off to square yourself out. In that particular moment, your connection is going to give you the freedom. Okay, you're going to say like, I need this space, I need this time. But later on, that particularly that moments, those freedoms, as we're talking about there, they are going to be turning to love. You basically, everything that you see, everything that you have, you're going to be beginning to start learning to turn everything into love. And this is going to be the moment of I mean, I feel emotional a little bit, but when you feel like this for the very first time, you are going to be thankful to the universe, you're going to be thankful to your partner, you're going to be thankful to yourself in there, but you're going to be wondering where was this all the time. But you have to what? Grow up to this level. Getting into that situations in there. Hi, Karen. Inner freedom is also must have a goal. It's an inner feeling and be an emotional, spiritual adult, a beautiful, peaceful journey. Exactly. You see, we were operating from before, like tying up to a goal. What should we do? What should we develop? What should we getting? There's gotta be a goal. There's gotta be a this. There's gotta be a that. There's gotta be some certain things that needs to be developed. How we gonna make it? And so on and so on. When you take the goal out, when you take everything that you think it's the proper way, you're removing the past in there. You are going to be actually beginning to learn the power of the partnership, because right now you're going to be waiting only for one thing, the guidance from the universe. And they're going to say, like, have you learned this particular thing to give the freedom of self to yourself, to allow the same freedom within your partner? Okay. Exactly. And in union or partnership also is balancing soul journey. It's gonna be the balance the things within a soul. Very proper way to balancing those. A very proper way. Very beautiful way. I don't know how much I have to talk to you guys about this, but my best wish is seeing it within yourself. Do you allow in your own freedom, self to you? Do you give that? Or you still want others to do something for you? What do you do within your connections? Are you trying to steer in the connection? That it's not freedom. You need to understand, if you're steering the connections in each way and so on, you're not gonna find out what you're supposed to do. When you give the freedom, it's gonna be matching the vibrations and the settings that are coming up from the universe itself, and then you're gonna be aligning. So basically, the union is gonna be aligning within the path of the soul journey itself, because there is no anymore kind of like expectations, uh, manipulations to steer in the connections, certain outcomes in a certain ways in there. It is gonna be this just freedom, okay, just freedom. And without freedom, is gonna be the path. You're gonna be sick from within yourself.
It's easy to overdo it, right? Like we have these habits of let me help the connection to work its way out, or let me make it faster, let me help the universe to organize these things. But then you're acting from the space of your own limited ideals. You have something in mind, maybe that it appeared at some point in your journey as a dream or as a goal, and you think that was the goal that is supposed to be at present moment, and you try your best to help it to happen. But then very often it can create some unnecessary blocks, because maybe that this part is not longer valid. Maybe it was, maybe it was for a month, even within the same connection. But we have to remember that every possible choice we're making, we are adjusting ourselves on this journey, and ultimately it's very difficult to see the whole picture until the universe will be really giving you the guidance. Like life will be showing you what you are supposed to be doing within the connection, and it's more about giving a freedom to the connection to come to the fruition, and also give you the outcomes that you are supposed to be working on. Because really you can save yourself a lot of like, let's say, wasted energy even on things that you try to analyze, you try to work it out, you try to plan, and then the life will be going completely different direction, and you keep wondering why. But one thing it comes to my mind, sometimes we just create a resistance unnecessarily because we believe we know what's coming. The only thing you can know really is just, you know, that when you act from your true self, the right connection will be staying next to you. Because if you are acting from your space of true love and peace, and just using your own individual self as this compass. Like you don't want to compromise yourself. Like, you know, you're at your best when you're in your true powers. If you act from that space, and there are people who are falling off from the journey because they are not able to keep pace with you, you need to be strong, and you need to kind of trust in the journey that the right people will be coming together with you, the same way circumstances will be coming to you. Because it's not only the people, like, it's gonna be some elements in your life, maybe some new connections, maybe some new jobs, and all of that, all of the parts of the life of your life that you try to push through when it's not really necessary. It's just the only thing like you're supposed to do is just to you choose yourself, and don't try to overplan it. Like, allow, as I said, like, give the freedom to the connection to bring you the right things, right tools, right locations, right anything, like jobs and people and so on. So I believe that this is very important, just to, and that's how you train yourself, because it is difficult, because we really want to help the energies. It's, we're talking about the co-creation here, but you can always kind of try to guess what is the balance, like how much we are supposed to do, how much we're supposed to go with the flow. Mm.
Co-creation. I was just thinking that about myself, about these co-creations. And what is leading you? What did you miss in it in your karmic relationships? You see, you're gonna be facing those. Like you wanted to achieve something in a karmic relationship that didn't work out. Then the same pattern thoughts and the same thing is gonna come out, and you're gonna be wanna even to achieve it with your twin flame, and you're gonna find out that programming, okay? Because you want your partner to achieve something with you that you wanna achieve. Well, that's a personal agenda, isn't it? Where is the freedom there? There is no freedom, right? So when you're facing it, those patterns in there within you, as Paulina said, you're gonna learn how to do the power within the co-creation. You see, everybody is talking about this power. Everyone wants to have, and they think that when their twin flame comes in and it's so on, and all of a sudden, the paradise is opened, and the situation is gonna be okay. He's gonna be testing you all the time. He's gonna be evolving you all the time until you reach to that state of co-creations. But that energy state of the co-creations, as Paulina said, you have to learn within yourself to give that freedom in there, to choose, to let it go, to surrender agendas that you had from before. You don't put those agendas. You want to be following this agenda of co-creating within yourself. You to be ready for that co-creations. Then that co-creations is gonna come with your partner. And then when you're both ready, you're gonna be co-creating within the divine. And now you're talking about this stepping up within the journey itself. It all begins with that freedom. Because if you're not free from the agendas that you want, from the programming of the achievements that you want from all your life, it feels like I always wanted to achieve this. I wanted to always to achieve that. I always wanted to get this. I always get that. Can you help me out? It's kind of like you're asking your connections to help you in there, right? But your connection is like you're free to choose what you want to choose. How you gonna choose it? Is that gonna be balanced within the universe, within the journey? It's like, yeah, I'm giving you the same freedom of choice. I don't have to stress out. I don't have to program it. I don't have to put my unfulfilled, unhappy agendas in here. This is totally different. I just want to be free. As Carl Jung was saying, you need to remember that the goal of this life is freedom. I did not get it when he was talking about that freedom a while back when I was listening to his videos, from the audiobooks in there on YouTube. I was like, either this is a higher vibrations of energy or he's been smoking something. But now when you're reaching out to this state, these positions, and you're passing these energies, these vibrations in here, now you understand what he was and what he was meant. You see, the message is gonna be getting you when you're ready, as Paulina said. You're gonna be gravitating to this because for some of you, you're gonna be required that connections that still want to keep you in a jail and still want to put their agendas in there, or who are, what was the word, pretending. People who are pretending that, oh yeah, I understand this connection, just so they can do something, they can use something, and so on. And later on, they're screw up, they're not there, they continue doing some things and so on. And you finding like, what the heck just happened, right? Sometimes you have to let it go of this toxicity in order to get what it's meant for you. Sometimes you have to surrender to the journey in there. But you gotta allow yourself to give yourself that freedom. If you don't give in that freedom, you're gonna be stuck for a long time because you not permitting yourself to be free to be your true self. And that is one of the purpose of this journey. But when you get in it through the partnership, within the partnership, and boy, you're gonna start learning to get the love. You're gonna feel it, and it's gonna be this. Even this peace in the soul is gonna be turning into love. Okay, you're gonna feel it, the vibrations, the gravity, the energies, and everything. And there, carrying no agenda in it, it's also allowing both to flow with each other's energies. Listen to your heart, souls, and let yourself surprise where it's going. Be open the journey. She hit the jackpot.
Yeah, like that's kind of what I wanted to talk about right now. It's like this is a situation when you already have someone who is interested in maintaining the connection, but before that happens, I believe with for many people, you will be experiencing connections that are requiring you to let go. You will have to take whatever you're meant to exchange within the connection, but not necessarily you're gonna be continuing the journey with these people. Sometimes they come for for a very quick moment to heal some of the things, just to prepare you for the scenario that Karen is explaining here. Because I remember, probably Dio can also speak of from his experience, but I was being asked to let go for quite a few connections before it actually, we came together. But that was a lesson for me. That was this preparation for me to really let go of the control. Whatever, however long the connection was meant to continue, I had to allow for this to either continue or dissolve. And and that was a beautiful lesson because it taught me not to really control anything. It's just, of course, like, we don't see really the big picture most of the time, and this is the best way to actually get where we need to get if we don't put our agendas, if we don't get hold on to the connections, if they really want to go different directions, because we can harm ourselves this way. Because there are cases that if some connections are getting out of your life, and just after some time you will see it, but there was some sort of the protection in place. If we hold on to something that it's not really meant to continue, we are at risk of just causing ourselves unnecessary harm. The energies really don't have the intention to do that. It's only people who are prolonging something out of this fear of pain, or, oh, there's not going to be any other connection or any other person and all of that. That was the best. I don't want anything else. and they keep sitting in that and they cling on to that instead of just really allowing it to flow and just dissolve, get its own direction. Because otherwise, like, really create this, the jail, you know, we just put someone in the box, in the cage. We don't allow them to go their own direction, and it creates the toxicity after some point, because each of our soul connections has this specific time limit that we are supposed to be exchanging energies. And very often it just ends in this very intense exchange. For some connections, it will continue after that once you balance the energies. But some of those connections are not meant to be balanced in terms of energies. From some connections, you're just meant to get something for the sake of healing, for the sake of just understanding something about yourself, and you go off on your own. And I think I'm just really want to mention that to people because it can get nasty, and some people are just clinging onto something that in the long run it's becoming toxic for them, and it's manifesting in not so pleasant ways sometimes. So just really listen to this guidance, and if something is, you feel like you are the one to clinging onto something, like reconsider that and just give yourself this freedom into whatever wants to go, flow freely. It's always gonna come back to you if it's meant to be, because otherwise you may be blocking something way higher that it's actually already thinking and waiting for you. Just a reminder, like this is important.
Thank you. I was just thinking about that quote. It's a Japanese quote that said, like, the faster you realize you're on the wrong train, you better get off at the first train stations and catch it back to where you need to go. A lot of the people don't realizing certain things, and as Paulina said in there, yeah, there is the experience in there. Things can turn nasty. But you need to understand that without moments when things turns nasty, you went too far with the wrong train. You had to wait till the things to get nasty. You had to wait for the things to break it up, right? Is that was the wrong train, or it was the wrong passenger? What is it? You're gonna be seeing it within yourself. Your journey is gonna be teaching you. But you need to understand that everything there was for you to learn. So don't beat yourself up in there, but have the dignity to be your true self in there. There's nothing wrong to let it go of the soul connection. Doesn't work. There's nothing wrong with allowing yourself, because some of the people don't allow themselves to have another connections in there. It takes the guts after the things were messed up and so on. Personal experience here to open up again, to love again, to get that energies again. Even though that if the things are repeating in yourself in there, those are the energies that is gonna be coming into you, right? And you're gonna come to the point that you're not gonna look for love. No. You stop looking. You stop looking for the twin flame. You stop looking for that experience, how it's going to manifest. You stop seeking. You're just allowing. And with that allowance, when it comes in there, oh, you're going to learn the whole thing. Because you were in the same train station. You just took the wrong train. And now come back to the same train stations. And come back again. But there's going to be a time when you're going to take the right train with the right passenger in the right direction. And the more you go, the better it gets. The more free it gets. The more beautiful it gets. The more you fall in love again. And then you understand that you catch up the train of your destiny written in the stars. Then you're going to be going forward, much forward. Okay, and that's all we wanted to tell you today. That's what we wanted to give it to you. don't feel discouraged if the things didn't work with one person or another. Don't feel things that it's never gonna work out. I'm not gonna look for nobody. No, be free. You have freedom of choices inside of you. Okay, your choices. They are made for you to be free your soul up. When you do that and give that freedom of your twin, your soulmate, your divine partner, however in your case might be, you are gonna be understanding what was that real purpose of love. Okay, because you're not gonna hold on to anything else in there. Or sometimes connections dissolve, so you may both evolve further. Freedom will allow it to flow. Exactly. Some connections is going to be dissolved naturally in their own path. And the previous connections, they've been dissolved. Some of them dissolved beautiful, or as Paulina said, nasty. Some of them, they're actually dissolved natural way, which is that's the beauty. When you both understand, yeah, that is not going to be. Okay?
But we always have just issues when we cannot let go, when we cannot agree on the current state. Like why this connection ended right now. I wanted it to last longer. If you allowed those things to unfold, there would be no resistance. Yes, you would go through your grieving process or some painful times sooner than later, and it's just there would be continuous flow, right? So it's I agree. Just you have to follow this flow and you have to be grateful for any of the experiences. If someone is rejecting you, I always say, like, this is not rejection, it's redirection. If someone doesn't choose you, well, you choose yourself and move forward. And there will be eventually someone who will be sharing your inner belief systems. If you choose yourself, someone will also be choosing you. But are you agreeing for another person to come, or do you have your own wishful thinking? Because this has to be this one, that one, or any some sort of expectations. And one last thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm just giving you back, Mike, but it's just remember that it's not only us in this journey. Like we have this guidance, we have this internal compass, and the more we trust in those energies that they are bringing the right people, they are attracting the right people to into our field, the more freedom we can give them. Because it's, you see, we trust that the next person that is getting attracted to you, they are coming into your life for a reason. And then you don't expect them to act a certain way. You observe, you apply what you've learned, you apply what you learn about yourself, about connections, about your boundaries, about what was wrong in the past. And again, you're not jumping into this, like you're just seeing what you've learned and what happened badly in the past, and you know where you don't want to go again. Like this is all of those precious experiences we are getting on the way, and that's why we have so many redirections sometimes, because we are learning the lessons. If we overlook the lesson with one person, we may get another, but the lesson have to be learned until you get the right person that you should not be kind of like wasting the opportunity. So if anything, I would also remind everyone just to be grateful for those past experiences, because anytime you feel like a grudges or something like, oh, I don't even want to talk about this person, I don't even want to think about this person, it caused me too much trouble, I would say take a look into this state, because by default we should always leave the past soul connection in peace. If there is something that it's misunderstood or unspoken or there was no closure, we can still heal from those relationships. But it's up to us. Like we really need to be in this neutral spot if we want to think about anything next after these connections.
Great topic for the next time. How to heal after
no closure.
No closure and soul. That would be good. What was I wanted to kind of like finish it up here to give you some nuggets with this energies. You got me going with this door
Just
closure
close
as
very, very, very shortly. Very
oh my
quickly.
God, my brain just goes 1,000 miles right now, and in that. But the freedom, to go back into the freedom, picture yourself. You're that bird in the cage, but you want to be having other birds with it. So another bird comes in, but you locked up the cage. And you said like, no, I don't need that another bird. The universe is like, send you another bird that comes in. Oh, I don't want that. And then the universe is open the cage, and you're like, what happened in there? Then the bird comes in. It says like, you know what? If you come with me, I'm gonna get you out of that cage. But you see, if you stay in the madness of I want this other bird, I want this other situations, I want this, or I want you to be with me in that cage in there, you're not learning it properly. You're not gonna be understanding what love is. Okay? And that is it, the freedom. You will understand it really from within yourself. But it begins as, again, we kind of like are going to be closing with this. It is about that love that you are seeking it within you. You're permitting it first within yourself, that freedom. Because when you be in that higher true self with the truth to express or say, or even to whatever you do to be true, and your partner sees the truth there, and they see where you've been, and they know where you've been going, right? But they see the truth is the value within the soul. Now your soul is going to be feeling what? The freedom. You see, your soul is going to be free within the body. There is much more going on today. But I hope that with our experience a little bit here of bolts and nuggets and guidance to you guys, you are gonna be applying it to you, into your life, into your soul connections, into your own soul journey. And I wish you good luck. I really wish you good luck with that. And I'll be very happy if you experience it, or you already are in that path. That's the beauty of it. Okay, that's the beauty of
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks everyone who shared in the chat. Karen, Lorna, it's always great to have your comments. Yeah, just to finish off, just really make those checks and see where you are not giving yourself freedom, because this is the beginning. The more freedom you have in your life, this is kind of the person you're gonna be attracting, and that's the connection you're gonna be manifesting, right? So if there's anything specific you want us to talk about, put it in the comments or here in the chat if someone got some idea. And otherwise, we're gonna see each other in the next live chat. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Lorna. We appreciate it. Yes. And if you guys want to reach out to us, you can look at it.
Oh, and we do
Spirits
sessions.
United.
We have to remind people that we are having sessions. If someone needs one-on-one session, feels like they need some more in-depth guidance, we're open. Yeah. Other than that, good luck with your journeys.
Exactly. You can check up on the website. You can send us a email in there or a form to contact you, and we will be glad to help you in your journey, guys. Thank you so much. Much love to you. Much. Be love.
Take care, guys.